Why, hello there. Nice to welcome you back on episode 5 or so. Before we get started today, don't worry, you don't have to skip ahead. I'm gonna keep it brief. There was some feedback on the format, and some people, or at least one person, was a bit unhappy about the fact that I don't do the fastest way possible to 100k. And here's the thing, right? If we do the fastest way to get to 100k, then this is going to be a very boring format. I'm going to save you some time and just going to tell you, create your character, farm the first starting island that you land on for an hour or two, and you're done. You got the 100k. Okay, you need the guild, but yeah. And another aspect was that Tales of Tribute was, some people don't really like that, and I get that. So from now on, when I play Tales of Tribute, I will have a timestamp on the screen that you can skip ahead in case you don't want to see it. And yeah, and while I appreciate feedback, guys, right? Please don't try to make something out of this format that it isn't, all right? So this is a laid back format, okay? Most people who watch this, I presume, are not even that interested in what I do, but I don't know, I guess they like to have something to kick back and relax to. Most people, I guess, already know ESO very well. But I'm still trying to have a format that is educational, right? So I try to show different things in the game that you can do to make gold. If it's just the fastest way, here I'm going to save you some time, farm materials from level 1 or level 3, and this is it, okay? There is no dungeoneering. It's not faster, right? It is just materials. That's it, okay? I might do a video on this in the future, but anyway, sorry for stealing 2 minutes of your time. Actually, I might have a timestamp at the start of the video, so you don't waste your time on that. And today, look, we go into the other scene here. Oh, wow, that's black. Cool. That should be fixed and pretty much now. There we go. Hey, all working as intended. Today, guys, I promise you, since we made it to the guild, right? We are starting off with setting up some. Wow, so many people want to be friends. Okay, cool. Yes, DEY inter home. Sure, Mahogany. You've been invited to free training gear, etc. by guild invite. Cool. We accept that. Hey, we're on 3 guilds now. Holy smokes, guys. Okay, cool. Nice. Free training gear, etc. One out of 27. Okay, cool. That means we have 2 traders. So we got Kitty Rainbow Dash and we got Luz and Ebonheart. Oh, also what I wanted to ask you guys, do you enjoy the in-game sounds, or rather the music, or should I turn off the music in-game and have a playlist from Epidemic running, right? That could be something. If you enjoy that better, let me know in the comments. There, like I said, there is always feedback is always welcome, and I like to make adjustments to the format if necessary, or if you guys desire it, but you can't make a whole new idea out of the whole format, right? So keep that in mind, please. If you're not interested in something this slow-paced, I understand. There's no hard feelings, all right? So, yeah. Okay, with that out of the way, let's get to it. So, to fulfill my aspiration to be a bit educational, when I started ESO, right, and I got into a guild with a guild trader, the first thing I did for, like, I don't know, probably 3 months was to get to that very guild trader manually every time in the world. But what I learned later is the fact we go to the bank and that you can set up your sales from any bank in the world, all right? So that saves you a lot of time. I didn't know that. Frankly, I don't even remember how I figured that out. But if you are still going to your guild trader in the world every day to put up your sales, then there in the bank, there's a guild store thingy here that you can access, and you can put up stuff there, all right? So we go with the Kitty Rainbow Dash, and we are gonna set up some sales. Hey, look, the Sigic Science shoes are on 16k right now. We go with 14k, so we can sell it pretty swiftly. What I realized is that these are the science shoes, all right? And the science shoes are probably less valuable than, like, let's say the robes. But then again, I haven't scouted the NA auction house, so let's just list it. I can't sell this because technically I got it from my other character, so we'll ignore that. We can decide whether or not we would like to put up the sales already. I'm gonna do that because I would like to show you guys some progress in that regard. So decorative wax, amazing. We're gonna go with 455, all a bit cheaper, right? Not dumping prices, but it's still definitely a little bit cheaper if you want to sell right away. Keep in mind that some guilds, or some guild traders rather, have suboptimal spots, I would say. Oh, wait a second, I have to see it. Yeah, okay, all working. Have suboptimal spots, so it takes sometimes a little longer for things to sell. If you are more progressed in the game and you can make it to sales requirements every week, then I recommend getting a guild that has that trader in Vivek. That's basically the best. Elden Root is good. Eleanor is pretty alright, pretty good, I think. Or not Elden, yeah, Elden Root and basically the whole capitals of the alliances. But Vivek City is by far the best, right? There's a long way to rank 2, basically. So, Mudcrab Chitin, I have talked about this, I think, in the last episode. This is very valuable. On EU, these are like 400 gold. I mean, I haven't checked in a while. Mundane Runes, super great. 365. I wish I had more here, but the matter at hand is 68 gold. Jesus Christ. Is, like I said in the beginning of the video, if I were to farm materials the whole time, it would be super boring. What I can do is I can farm for an hour, I cut that out or speed it up, and then show you what I got after that. If you would like to see that, then I can do that. That's no problem. But presumably that would end the format pretty quickly. Because I think after an hour, maybe 2 hours, we would be done. Okay? So keep that in mind. Raw jute, all of that goes in there. Oops, no. 56. There we go. 12. There we go. Yeah, sure. Let's put it all up on sale. Because with also Awesome Guild Store, I don't know if the vanilla version does this. I told you that I'm gonna talk about some add-ons, and this is Awesome Guild Store. Very much recommended on my end. It's basically a necessity in my opinion if you want to get into trading long term. So what I was about to say is I don't know if the vanilla version remembers the price you have set up for these things, but Awesome Guild Store certainly does. So if I were to sell Nightshade for 55 gold right now, it will remember that, and I can just put it in without having to click or adjust the price. So that's pretty cool. This goes for 14. Iron ore. We talked about this. I'm not gonna refine this due to the fact that why is pitch 30 gold on NA? Jesus, oh, 150 for regulars. Damn, I should check the EU prices from time to time. It's been a while since I've really went over these. And yeah, that's basically it for the time being. It's a bit less than I had anticipated, but burglars. 155. There we go. And now if we have a look at listings, we can see the overall price for all the things that I have set up is already 25,000 gold. And we didn't even farm. Okay? So when you guys in the past there was people who were like I guess let's put it dissatisfied about the fact that everything is about guild trading and auction houses. And the matter at hand is, guys, every MMORPG that I have ever played, and that's like 15 or so, in 90% of the cases, or like maybe even 95%, the most gold always comes from player-to-player trading. It's always a redistribution of gold, always. So if you want to see something other than that, which is raw gold, which we are doing on the format, which is the scrying, and we are gonna do some thieving after this, so stay tuned. And just farming mobs for raw gold. This is all way less efficient than going for guild traders. So that's why you will always see me use guild traders, because it's by far the best way to make gold, okay? It is not even close. Granted, in this case, we got lucky because of the Sigic Science shoes. So, okay. So, we have set that up. I'm not gonna go with every single one, okay? So, because I respect your time at least a little bit. And now, we are going to go with some mail. Welcome to Rum Plus Wreckage. Ahoy, I'm Chicken, an officer in being the doorman. Welcome to the guild. We're YouTube famous now. Why are they YouTube famous? Did J-Clips or so play? I don't know. Okay, cool. You can let me know who that is. Okay, so we are going to a spot for thieving that the regulars of you have already seen plenty. And that is Necrom. For this, you will need either the Necrom DLC or ESO Plus. Like I said before, I recommend you to have ESO Plus instead of buying every DLC individually. My opinion, that doesn't make sense. So, we go to a Necrom that is in the Talvani Peninsula. Well, we can't get there directly because we have to go with the Necrom outskirts waystrom, but we make our way there. And once we are there, we are going to head into Necrom. And there is an amazing spot for thieving. Fate needs you, Proxy. Oh, yeah, I'm not coming. And I know personally, I know 3 spots that are similar to this. I can show you all of them if you are so inclined to see that. And the thing about these thieving spots is that the drop pool always changes depending on the zone you are in. Speed, there we go. So, for instance, these urns here, right? This is a stealing urn. I guess I could do that from here, but I just want to explain this to you. In these urns, these are considered containers that are not containing provisioning materials. And in these containers, there can be basic trash, like basic low-tier stealing items that are worth 40 gold, but there can also be furnishing plans in these, right? And in these furnishing plans, like I just said, they differentiate from zone to zone. So if you're a Necrom, you will get the Necrom furnishing plans. If you are in Foregrave, then you will get the Foregrave, and so on and so on and so on, right? So this is basically a gamble. And now you might be wondering, yeah, but is that really efficient? All right, I mean, yeah, there are some urns here and there, but Lamar, tell me what to do. Fret not, I got the solution for you. You will, when you get to Necrom, whenever you teleport here, you will face this direction, right? And you will go to the right through this English word that I'm not familiar with. And then you make your way all the way here. You want to get here, all right? Because there is some sort of, I don't know, dungeon, I guess you can call it, with basically, I would say, approximately 3 billion urns. And the neat part about that is you can reset them just easily. You can, once you go through this door and come back, all the urns will be reset. And to make this a bit less jarring, we will need a higher FOV. Where's the FO camera? Field of view. There we go, that's better. And if you remember the first episode, I told you in settings, you want to turn on gameplay, I think it was, yeah, and then auto loot stolen items on. And this is exactly the reason why I turned that on, because I just have to click E and it goes into my inventory right away. So I can do this super fast. And you can see we already got a blueprint. Most blueprints you will get are pretty much worthless. For instance, this one is like 120 gold, right? It's not a big deal. But I have also gotten one that is worth 400,000 gold, all right? So that can happen too. Depending on the zone that you're in, there are more profitable furnishing plants and less profitable furnishing plants. In this instance, your Necrom, that's probably the best or the easiest way to get to your daily limit of items you can fence. And what we're going to do now is we're going to fill our inventory. If that turns out to be too boring, I might skip ahead a little bit. We will see. This is also a place where if you have multiple characters and you want to level Legerdemain, this is exactly the place to do it. Because you can just steal everything here. It is, like I said, super quick. And the neat part, aside from being able to be to reset this stuff, is there are no guards and no other NPCs in here. So you can see there's also another player here, level 4, and you can't be seen here. And on top of even that, I know there is more good stuff coming. The Outlaw's Refuge is within these halls here. So you can just pop in there, sell your stolen stuff or launder it, depending on what you got, right? And you're good to go. It's amazing. It's an amazing spot. It's a very well-known spot, all right? But there is no competition because all of these urns are for every person individually. Necrom Necropolis. You get there when you're questing there, I think. And the thing is, the problem is when you are very low in Legerdemain, which in my case is still level 1, you are very much limited to the amount of items you can. Necrom Banner Narrow Pattern. It's not that good, but look, I was here for like 2 minutes and I got a pattern that's 1.4k. Look, it's not the world, alright? But if you're starting out in the game, this is 2 minutes, alright? And you got 1.4k gold just like that, without basically doing anything. This could have been a plan that is worth 100,000 gold. The only downside with this is, okay, and that's a big caveat. Once you have gotten a purple plan with your character, you will not get another purple plan for that day. Yeah, you heard me. That's basically like a little cooldown. So right now we are in the cooldown. We will not get another purple plan until tomorrow. However, if you would like to... Your inventory is full, cool. That was quick. If you would like to farm this, you can do this with multiple characters. So this cooldown is for every single character. And you might wonder now, a cooldown? What? How have I not heard about that before? And yeah, the game does not tell you that. Okay, that's just something people have found out. I haven't found that out. I just learned that myself. The game does never explain this to you. And now we're in the Outlaw's Refuge. Keep in mind that you... I recommend you to launder the stuff that you want to launder first. For instance, in our case, we got 7 clear water, which are 88 gold. You don't want to fence that, because you can sell that for higher amounts in the auction house or guild trader. So we are going to launder these first. We would like to launder the blueprints, the recipe. This is not gonna sell, so I'm gonna just fence it. The style materials you can always launder as well, because you have use of them. And other than the lockpicks, I guess you can do natural water. That's also another 260 gold. Paper stacks, that's furniture or furnishing. 500 gold, easy snack. Pewter necklace. I'm contemplating if I should launder these to... Now we want gold. We want gold. And star metal. And now I'm gonna just quickly sell every single one that I have. And as you can see, we are back on 1.6.5k. Plus the things that we have gotten, which are like, that's 1.5, that's 300, so 1.8. Plus the materials, so that's like, I don't know, maybe roughly 3,000 gold. Not the world, but it gets you started. And once you have gotten to a sufficiently high level with Legerdemain, I'm gonna give you a look. You want the Trafficker. I will get Trafficker rank 1 when I am Legerdemain rank 3. We are still gonna grind to this point in just a second. And then you can you will get increased number of fence interactions, and that's what you want. So if you are like a maniac like me, I didn't entirely finish the grind, but I have 10 characters on at least, I think, Trafficker 3 out of 4. I think that's what I've been setting at. So I can technically every day launder like in total like 1.5k items. So that's not for beginners though, right? But I'm just telling you that's what is technically possible. And right now my Legerdemain or my daily fencing limit was on like what, 25 or so, I think. And we're gonna finish this. And as you can see here, these we have been stealing from before, but since I have gotten through the loading screen, and these are reset again, just like that. Isn't that beautiful? So what I could also do basically now is I could create the maximum amount of characters that my NA account is able to have. Park all of the characters here, go through their fencing limits all today, see if I get lucky with a furnishing plan that's worth 100k or more or a little less. And then I could call it a day and be like, that's how you make 100k gold, right? So that's something you could technically do. But it's not a very interesting thing to do, right? So that's why I'm showing you these different things. Okay. The neat part is that's also something that you can consider when you have also already been progressing in the game a bit further than just at the blueprint. At the base, 400 gold. Nice. When you progress a little further than just the beginning, for instance, when you level Alchemy, at level 50 Alchemy and Solvent Proficiency 8 out of 8, you will only get one, I think it's Lorcan's Tears. I think that's the last tier of water that you can get. However, when you are lower than that, you can get other waters. I think they're called solvents, right? So clear water, for instance, this is Solvent Proficiency 1. You never ever get this ever again if you have Alchemy Proficiency 8 out of 8 and a level 50 Alchemy. However, if you are low, as I am right now, you can get these clear water things and they are worth more than Lorcan's Tears. So it is worth considering if you relearn your skills in Alchemy and leave it at 1 out of 8 or 2 out of 8 or 3 out of 8, whatever, which one is the most profitable. You can check that for yourself. And then you have a 50% chance to get these lower level tiers, provided you are level 50 in Alchemy. So the way this works is, in 50% of the cases, you will get the tier of solvents that is according to your Alchemy skill level. And then the other 50%, you will get the tier of solvents according to the skill points you have invested into this solvent proficiency. All right, I hope that makes sense. It's very simple. It sounds more complicated than it actually is. So that also explains why when you're Alchemy 50 and solvent proficiency on 8 out of 8, that's why you get in 50% of cases you get the highest tier, and the upper 50% of cases you get the highest tier. So that makes 100%. All right. So that's something that you can consider. I personally did never really bother with this because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I can't do the daily writs with the Alchemy writs then most efficiently, which is something that you have to consider because the writs are gonna be a lower tier. I'm gonna go out here and go back in again, and then we should have everything that we need for today. So let's have a looking. I've been here for so long. You have no idea. I've spent like, I don't know, probably like 20 or 30 hours in this area here with the different characters, just stealing. So what's the inventory looking like? 56. Okay. Anyway, let's just fill it up, okay? So what you can also do is, if you are very low on Legerdemain, and that means you can basically not launder as much as you would like to. You can also decide to destroy lower tier things that you have stolen and just keep stealing until you have an inventory full of like green or blue trash items that you can sell. I've not tested that, so I don't necessarily know if that's a good thing to do, but it's something that you can do. I think there are even add-ons that do this. I think Personal Assistant can do that. Yeah, ancestors. So we got 90 natural water. That's yeah. We will not be able to launder everything. So you see, I'm at 36 out of 50. If I launder like the 19 clear water, I will not even be able to. I can do only 14. So I'm gonna go with the decorative wax, the blueprint, because that's worth something. And then the clear water, since that's 88 gold. And the rest we're gonna pick in the natural water. And now I'm on my daily limit. Unfortunately, I cannot make it to Legerdemain level 3 just yet because, like I said, I am on my limit. So that's something you can't, like, I mean, technically you can, but we'll get there in a sec. You can't really level Legerdemain in a day because you're pretty much limited by the amount of fence interactions that you can do every day. What you can do is you can pickpocket. But that is so grindy and takes so long that it's really not worth your time. You're better off parking your character here, log in for 10 minutes a day with that character, do the stealing and then fence all that stuff and do the same thing the next day. In total, that will take you like probably like 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. So it's easy and quick, but at least quick in the sense of what time investment you have to put in. But it takes, it's very drawn out, so keep that in mind. So now I have efficiently clogged my inventory, basically. So that's a bit of a ew, you know. But we still have stuff that we can deconstruct and sell to a trader, and that's exactly what we are going to do now. Oh wait, since we are in a guild, we can actually fast travel now without paying stuff, so that's cool. And since I've been talking for like 15 minutes straight, I'm gonna have a sip of coffee, okay? I like beverage. Ah, perfect. So that was faster travel that you just saw, that add-on. That's why I was, well, one of the reasons I was so keen on finding a guild is because you can basically fast travel to other players without paying. And it's not like you teleport directly to them, but to the nearest way shrine of where they are. And Vardenfell is a very prominent hotspot. So that's why you will oftentimes when you go to Vardenfell, you install the add-on faster travel, and then you have this nice little list here too if you are in a guild. And depending on what people are, you can just click it and then it will automatically teleport you to the nearest way shrine of that player, which in most cases is Vivek City, when we are talking of Vardenfell. The Red Mountain. And now we go into our inventory and we will sell the stuff 1299. This goes for 399. This goes for 111. I like that number. 144. And the paper stacks. Also, they go for 522. Always a little lower on the price because we would like to get somewhere. And now we can see we are on 28 overall price. Keep in mind it has to actually also be bought. So that's always a downside of a guild traders. Oh, I can, nice. Okay, you can also deconstruct stolen stuff, so that's pretty neat. Ooh, yeah, but it gives you very little XP, very little, if anything, really. So, okay, what do we have here? The Ornate stuff, you should never really deconstruct. You can do that, but it's usually more profitable if you sell that to a trader. But in this case, I'm gonna deconstruct everything else, and that makes us clothing too. Let's have a look if we have anything other than that. Yeah, when this this little magnifying glass is there. It gives you the indication that you can technically research that. But if you paid attention before, we are not going to do that aside from training gear. That is something I would like to... Wow, you look sick. That I would like to do in the future, because we can craft our own stuff then. There's an... okay. Also a tip that I've seen many people don't know is when you have to craft something like a gear piece, you need these style materials, right? And sometimes people will be like buying that from guild traders. You don't need to do that, okay? And you shouldn't, because usually it's a bit more expensive on the guild trader. You can just buy these, at least the base game style materials, so wood elf and all that stuff, for let's say like pristine Daedric hearts or something. You can't buy these. You can only get them from guild traders, and I think Deadlands treasure maps. Correct me if I'm wrong. But pristine Daedric hearts are usually the most profitable or the most expensive style materials. You can't buy these from guild traders. But you can see here the base game stuff. You can always buy that here. So what you can do, if you have set up your writ characters, just purchase 1,000 of bone or corundum or flint or whatever, and your daily writ creator add-on will just craft with that then. So don't buy that from the store, from the guild store. Okay, what else do we have? We have a quick look here at enchanting. And then I'm gonna show you another place. Wait, how long are we into the episode? 31 minutes. Oh, okay, maybe we do that next episode then. Do we have something to deconstruct here? Bum, bum. Okay, so now technically the episode would be over. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put the Tales of Tribute match that I would be playing now here. So if you're not interested in Tales of Tribute, then this is probably the time and place where you would like to be like, okay, I'm gonna quit watching the episode now. But I'm gonna queue for Tales of Tribute now. Right now it is 10 a.m. on the east coast of the United States. So maybe we find something quicker. Something I haven't mentioned yet, right? When you make your ranks, your way to the rank Rubedite, or let's put it in another way. Every time you level up to Orichalcum, Ebony, Quicksilver, whatever, blah, 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 you get these tribute tokens. And with these tokens, you basically can't do anything, but they are worth 1,000 gold each at guild traders. So technically you can make gold. It's not a good way, okay. Once you have made it to Rubedite for every season for the last, I don't know, 3 seasons or so, you are usually put into Void Steel directly. So you always get like 5, 9, 12 plus 2. You get like 14 of these tokens, which amounts to 14,000 gold in one go, basically. But if you made it that far into Tales of Tribute, you are usually not that concerned about that anymore. But I'm just saying, that's technically raw gold, because you can just sell it to the, merchant. That's the word I was looking for. Okay. Hey, we have new golden pursuits. It's just the same. Undaunted keys. Yeah, okay. Oh, Seals of Endeavor in the pursuits. That's good. Cool. You can tell that I'm not playing too. 7 days remaining. It looks like I haven't been playing much. What does the store have in store? For us, it's Christ. Dentinor Regal Guard Armor Pack. What they recently did is that you can put on all of them in one go. For the longest time, it was that you couldn't do that, which was outlandishly weird, but I have that guy. Okay, I'm gonna warn you right away, guys. This thing is not synced. I mean, don't have it on NA, obviously, but this guy is not synced. So if you have max gathering speed with the champion point perks, you will notice that this gets a bit iffy if you gather too fast, which is mostly happening when collecting your surveys. So while it is cute, it is not synced. Okay, so keep that in mind. So that's basically why I'm not using that. Okay. Okay, as you can see, we already had the queue pop up, but unfortunately someone, that's an Indrik. This is the... Oh, I don't know. Wait, I can tell you that. This is the... Crimson should be Crimson, right? Yep, that's the Crimson Indrik. We can also start with the crafting dailies. Like, you have to unlock them first. It's been so long since I activated or since I had to do them, and I remember there was something that you can do to make them shorter, and I don't remember what it was. I think you had to level the skill line to like level 10 before accepting them, and then it's quicker. If someone still knows that, please let me know in the comments. Because I would like to show you a way where you can do that faster, because it's super boring and annoying to do that right away. Yeah. So, how about the, you know, the Tales of Tribute match starting? Hello. Do you want me, guys, to give you more ideas or like more tutorials about Tales of Tribute, or you just want to see me suffer? I can essentially, what I could do... Oh, there we go, finally. I can explain a certain patron and then play with that patron so you can see how it goes. Okay, Uncle Matus, let's go. What do you pick, huh? I say Crow and... Oh, Druid King. Well, I'm gonna go with the Paladin and the Slalu. Yeah, I know I told you Crow is overpowered and I should probably play with this, but I think it's kind of boring. So what they should pick now is Celeris, but because if you pick Celeris and Druid King, they match really, really well. They don't though. The Red Eagle, always a solid choice. Obviously. Yeah. Keep in mind that when you don't, when it's not your first turn, you always get an extra coin to make up for that. So I get 5 coins now. What I could do is I get that and convert, or I get that and do nothing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get that and convert, because I feel like being able to have higher purchase power is good, and because this card doesn't really combo that well. And frankly, we can still get it, so that's actually good. We are ahead, I would say. Let's have a sip of coffee. Okay, you have to be careful with Druid King because that can spiral out of control really fast. Only conversion. I know I could go for that power, but keep in mind, whenever you buy something for the from the tavern, the new card that comes up could be amazing for the opponent. So always be cautious about that. And I only do conversion. So what can happen with a Druid King is, if they have enough Druid King cards and the patron is looking or is pointed towards them, that's what, by the way, what the patron can do. That's a very good card. They get a passive combo here that gets them a very good taunt card. So you want to avoid that if possible. So that's why I'm gonna use the patron right now. See what we can get here. Ah, shit. So see, we are one coin shy to get this, and now I'm basically forced to end my turn with 4 coins. So that's very not ideal. Very bad, in fact, but it's not something I could have foreseen, really. I mean, I guess I could have technically avoided running into that issue, but yeah, I didn't. So if I were to draw, I were to be able to get 5 coins. Not really something that I profit off of too much. So what I'm instead gonna do is I'm just gonna convert and kill that and end our turn. Let's see. If we don't get more cards fairly quickly, then we will lose this. Let's see. Okay, they drew for no reason really. Let's remove that. Actually, it was kind of dumb, I think. Okay. I am going to draw and keep my fingers crossed. Yes, okay. To get that 6, that's a good card. Fairly highly priced. Yeah, I would have done that too, but I decided against that. So now they played 2 Druid Kings, right? They need 4 for that very strong... Gonna get that, yoink. Thingy, what do I mean to say? The passive combo that the patron has would activate. So we are still safe. And they're clearly fishing for something. I'm not quite sure what they are fishing for, but... Okay, but we got a good hand as well. Kill that. So now the question... Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna replace these. Because I think technically I have 4 coins, okay? This one I can replace 1 card, and I don't want them to get more Druid card. And this is gonna suck. But at least we got something out of it, so that was a pretty good turn for us. 19 to 20 prestige right now. Basically open for anybody. Okay, now I have a question. I have a 3, 4, 5. I have a decision to make basically now. I can buy this and end. Or I could draw and buy this. But I could also get unlucky and get ass. So, I mean, I can get it either way. I could get the Red Eagle card there either way. I would have liked this one though. Because it makes it harder for them to obtain more prestige. That's what I'm gonna do now. And what I could technically do now, I could sacrifice that right away. I would get 5 more prestige. They don't have any kill cards though. And there is no kill card right now, so they will be forced to kill it with their power. So that's why I'm gonna leave it at that. If you know that your opponent has an easy way to kill your card, for instance, they have... Alessia has some... Oh shit, that's a good card. Fuck. Yeah, I really need to kill that ASAP. That's what I'm gonna do right away. This can spiral very much out of control. I'm gonna get that. And I'm gonna sacrifice this card. And end my turn. Yeah, what I was about to say, if you know that your opponent has an easy way to kill your cards, like Alessia has like an insta-kill card, for instance, or many actually, then it's sometimes worth to sacrifice your cards, because you get something out of it. Okay, so, okay, they knew that they would lose, I guess. So I think that is 3 out of 3 wins, huh? Lucky me, I suppose. And we make it to level 10. And we get, I guess, a horse, 3 attribute points, 3 skill points in Nito. And we have the dungeon finder unlocked, so we could technically run dungeons. Not sure I want to do that with this ping and this gear, but we will see. Put once again everything into Magicka. And of course, my ladies and gents, we are also system alert. 0 deal awaits. We don't care. We're gonna open the Tribute's Master Purse because that's what you're really here for the gambling. Let's see if we get lucky today. 2.5k. 5 mundane runes. 10 iron ore. yeah, we're gonna put that up for sale right away. Yeah, I have the Sorrel Horse now. Cool, I absolutely need that. So when we have our next episode, which I don't know if I'm gonna record right after this or not. Let's go with 2333. And there was something else that I got. The Iron, no, the Mundane Runes, 365, all of them. The 10 Iron Ore goes in there. Something else that would be worth putting up. The Clear Water, yeah, of course. Unit price, let's go with 80, so that sells. Anything else? The Natural Water, also 25. And if we sell everything until next episode, I doubt that, but we will see. I would be 35% to the goal. And as you can see, I basically didn't farm for it, and I got it right away. So that could give you an indication of if I were to farm for an hour or two, we would be done already. Okay, so obviously I don't want to draw out this format all too much, because at some point I don't have much more to talk about. But I also wanted to give, you know, a bit of a journey. So yeah, I appreciate you guys who are still here. Let me know your feedback in the comments, constructive feedback. What you think about the format, leave a like, all that stuff helps out the algorithm, right? I know this isn't the format or the videos that will get thousands or even tens of thousands of views, and that's fine, right? But it still helps me if you like the video, subscribe, get a comment out there, and consider if you want to become a member of the channel, because members will get early access to the episodes, 1 day early access, that is. And with that, I enjoy you being here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for still watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.